Sanlam will adopt recommendations by the task force and nature-related financial disclosures. And let's find out what this means for Africa's biodiversity from Abel Sakhau, Sanlam's Chief Sustainability Officer. Abel, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you, in layman's terms, explain to us what these recommendations are?
Thanks, Melissa. The recommendations are relating to how companies integrate nature-related decision-making in their financial decision-making. Because when you look at from a financial perspective, from a financial services perspective, when we do investment, sometimes our investment decisions needs to take into account the services that we get from nature-related asset and be able to cost them, because there's a cost in using these nature-related assets. So we have then to cost this nature-related asset to make sure that future generations are able to enjoy the richness in terms of biodiversity that Africa and South Africa has. So this recommendation then forces or supports companies to have a structured approach in a manner that they will consider this nature-related decision-making process and make sure that in their decision-making from a strategic perspective, they are able to show that their decisions are not resulting in negative impacts on biodiversity and nature.
So, Abel, as I understand, it means basically that economies and nature, that we're all intertwined with each other. But what are the challenges in this relationship to balance both nature and economy?
Yes, there's significant challenges in this because most people don't recognize that there is a cost in borrowing from nature. People think that you can go and take from nature without any impacts. So there is lack of awareness, which is one of the biggest challenges that we have, that communities, business, and other stakeholders think that they can continuously borrow from nature without the repercussions. And the other challenge is that nature plays a significant role in terms of ecosystems and nature services. For example, if you look at climate change mitigation, you've got the world forests, which are serving as the lungs of the earth, where greenhouse gases are removed from the atmosphere by this world forest. So by removing the world forest, then you increase the impacts that we are going to have in terms of climate change. But also, nature also plays a significant role in terms of food security. You know, we have agricultural activities that are dependent on biodiversity. You know the role that the bees play in terms of pollination of plants. And we also have the challenges whereby nature plays a significant role in cultural and traditional practices within the African communities, where some of the traditional medicines come from these biodiverse regions of Africa, where communities rely on this. So by not looking into protecting and preserving biodiversity assets, the challenge is that now you're going to have a situation where communities are affected and economies struggle, because you look at the world oceans are a major transport hub in terms of transporting of goods. So you can imagine once we then have a world oceans that are degraded, that are not able to sustain life on Earth, what will happen to economic development and economic prosperity?
Thank you so much for your time this morning. That was Abel Sakhau, Sanlam's Chief Sustainability Officer, and we hope to hear for more on this. Now to the